This is among of the earliest stone buildings, or is the among of the Swahili architecture house. You know that as I said before, that Bagamoyo is very rich in history. The variety history of Bagamoyo left our town in a very rich architectural heritage, which is needed to be protected and safeguarded for both historical and cultural reasons. But the large part of this heritage consists of buildings like this, which is built by using a coral and mangrove poles for roofing, for making a flat roof. Although influenced by the foreign ideas, but the architecture is not a replica of any known architecture, be Islamic, Arabic, or Indian. For example, this building, as what you see, the window is typical Arabic, but when you look on the door, that's the Indian. The courtyard, that's the European style. So the building has got both Arab, Indian, and European. That's why we say this is the Swahili architectural house. And the Swahili architectural house developed along the coast of the East Africa about 1000 AD. 1000 AD. You can find exactly building like this. Not only here in Tanzania, but from the coast of Somalia. Because these people who came to the coast of East Africa, before came to Tanzania, they settled in Somalia since the 9th century. We are coming by using the monsoon wind. The north winds were taken from their country and the south winds were taken back. So before came to Tanzania, they settled in Somalia. They founded the town like Mogadishu. Barao, they came down. Mombasa, that's the Kenya. They came to Tanzania, up to Mozambique. So the whole coast from Somalia up to Mozambique, before the Berlin Conference, this coast was known as the coast of Tanzania. And Tanzania means the land of black people. Which means when the Persians come from Iran, when the Baluch coming from India, from Baluchistan, and the Chinese were already met with the Africans here along the coast. That's why they call it the Tanzania, means the land of black people. The name was changed during the Berlin Conference and they called the coast of the East Africa. So this is a part of the cultural heritage here along the coast of East Africa. Historically, the building was built first by the Arabs, only the main building, with only one-story house, and it was used as a residential for the representative of the Sultan of Zanzibar. As what I say down there, that 10 miles from the sea to the interior, this was belong of the Sultan of Zanzibar. So the Sultan was built this one, and he used it for his representative. So when the Germans came, they took over this building. In 1891, they decided to build that defensive wall. That was built by the Germans. And another courtyard rooms were built. It was used as a garrison or military camp by the Germans. After 1918, when the British came, the England people used it as the town prison, the same building. After 1961, also our government was continuing to use it as a prison. After 1974, when the prison was shifted out of the town, and then it started to use as the Bagamoyo police post. After 1990, when the building was 2 days in 1990, it was taken by the central government and it was renovated by the finance support from the European Union. Then from that time, it started to use as the college for the conservation skills from college, but for the short time, later on it continued to use as the office for antiquities department. Up to now I'm talking about the office for antiquities department. It's a department which concerns to preserve this cultural heritage that are working in this building. But another interest is the capitol. The carvings which you can see there, it's not only the ornament. This carving is telling something about the owners. So in general, they don't show or express the wealth and the status of the house owner. So we have two kinds of such doors, which are Arabian and Indian. But these are Indian. On the Indian door like this, down you should find the ananas, pineapple, and the family. These two things were indicating the Indian economic activity. Coconut, I think I've been explaining from the beginning. We see it was among the oldest cash crops. So it was the trading, it was the cash crops, it depended on the economy. So the Indians, they kept up to show what they are doing, the economic activity. But the only Arabian store, down here you find a fish and the smoke of incense. Fish symbolize fertility. Smoke of incense, as you know that the incense has been used for a very long time in a religious ceremony. The burning, Christianity has been used, originated from Egypt, until now it's still used. So it was kept there as a permanent prayer. Another, which shows the Indian influence, are lotus flowers. It's a lotus, which symbolizes generation or reproductive power of the household. So if you see the door, it's got a very big flower decoration like this, shows the respect of the Indians for the whole nation, which represents God. The rest carvings you can find on both, either Indians or others. For example, it's a chain. This is a chain. Symbolize security. They use the chain to chain the flesh. So they kept here as a security symbol. Another interest are the roots of date tree. Very sweet brown fruits which grow in the desert area. Very nice, very important fruit for the Muslims, especially during the Ramadan. When they are fasting, they prefer to start with the dates as a breakfast. So here, it's kept here as a permanent prayer. Although most of the people here believe that if you pray nearby this plant, your wish will go very deep. Yeah, because it's got a very long roots penetrating into the ground soil. So they believe that if you pray near this plant, your wish will go very deep. So here they kept the roots, but the roots are going to the sky. Most of the people, they believe the God is there. So it's like a permanent prayer to go to the God. Another are metals. These are metals. If you go to Zanzibar, or if you see the pictures from Zanzibar Stone Town, you can see very huge door like this, but in copper material. So this we are covered with the copper material. The importance of this to the East African coast is the show, or is the sign of the wealth people. We are covered with the copper material. We are very expensive. If the door has got a big number like this, to show how rich you was. You left your money outside to show people. You see? Like nowadays, if you put more gold or tanzanite on the gold, people they see, they're not mad. So it's like this. But it's different in India. It said in India, it was used to protect it from the elephant. To come inside. There are so many elephants in India. But in East African coast, these are symbols for the right thing. And the door has got two parts. We have the female door and the male door. So once you want to close it, you will start with the female. Ladies first. This is the female. And this is the male. Put like this. This was used long with a very big padlock. Here we are writing the names of the house owners. Sometimes we are writing the protection from the witchcraft. But nowadays people, they write in the piece of paper for the protection of the witchcraft and they put it inside. But you open like that. The mat it was used as what she did. It was used instead of the veranda. This could be used. And mind you that from the time immemorial, this it was the front part. The wall was not there. So it was used also as a veranda for fathers sitting and socializing. But sometimes to check it, sure that the wives and daughters are safe. That is the source of the veranda. Each house should have the complete wall. So all people from the courtyard, they should pass to the main entrance where father is there. That's why I said that sometimes it was used as a checkpoint. But nowadays things are changed. Even the women are sitting in the veranda. But in the time memorial, it was not possible to see the woman in the veranda. Okay. I think I don't like to be a politician to make a very long speech, just briefly. And from here, you can go to see the courtyard room. Again, be careful. The floor is not flat. Sometimes down and the staircase is very straight, but I think you can manage. We have more than 15 minutes here to walk around to see the buildings, coming inside here, and later on we'll see the carvings further. The handicraft there, they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. And most of them, they're getting the skills from the Swedish fund. Some of them were studying the Bagamoyo Sculpture School. Bagamoyo Sculpture School was established by the Swedish in 1995. It was a project for 3 years. The Stanislaus Laks, who was the founder of that school, came here with a two vision, is to help the people of Bagamoyo to participate in the economy. The economy of Bagamoyo totally collapsed when the Germans moved their port from Bagamoyo to Dar es Salaam. But now, is starting to grow up due to the tourism. That's why you can see a lot of the artists working here in Bagamoyo because they believe that when the tourists are coming are the ones there who they can buy. So you are good buyers for this. So later on, please, whatever you like, you can talk. The price is good. Negotiable. We can talk to them.
Can you pay with $1?
Yes, also dollar is acceptable. Yes. Okay, so you are most welcome to see.